How are you learners, wherever you are, from your various homes? I salute you once again. I'm Justin Ongeri. As I said earlier, I teach mathematics, and this has been my teaching subject for a period of over 9 years ago. So today we are going to learn about the perimeter of shapes, and the perimeter of shapes is under measurement. You remember the previous lesson under measurement, we were learning about the surface area. So as you are still staying at home, I really wish to pass this particular lesson to you so that you may get enlightened on how to calculate the perimeter of shapes. So welcome, and let's begin the task. Now, the question states, Mr. Maina ran around the field drawn below, that is the field drawn twice. What distance did he cover in meters? So in this case, the question is demanding us to calculate the perimeter of shapes. I know this is something that I really want you to get, learners, wherever you are, that perimeter in simple language, in simple terms, it is the distance round a given figure. Perimeter is the distance round a given figure. Any figure that you have been given, just move around it without going through the shortcuts. So any distance you cover, you record it down, and then later you are going to add all the distances. So in this case, this is a field. This is a field. And this field, as you look at it, when assuming that this is now Mr. Maina who is standing at this point, the field is always ran clockwise. So when you run through this field without going through any shortcut, Mr. Maina will have to go this way, round like that, through this point to where he started from. So that is the shortest way of having some knowledge about calculating the distance of shapes. So what we need to know is this. The distance Maina is covering, we must know it. If the distance he has covered is not known, then we calculate. So this is how we are going to do it. The distance from here, let's call this one is A, this one is B, this one is C and D, this one is E, and this one is A, B, C, D, E, and F. So when Maina covers from A to B, he will cover 0.8 kilometers. From B, C up to D, it will cover a distance which is unknown. And when you go around any circular part, this is the circumference. So when you see a circular part, you now calculate the circumference of that particular shape. So, and then from D to E, this side is the same as that side, so you can record it down because it is easier to get this one. Then we have this distance from here back to where Maina started from, which is still the circumference. So when you see the circumference, you calculate it. Circumference equals to a half pi d. Why am I using a half pi d? Because this one is a semicircle. So circumference will be a half times pi is 22/7. Remember, we have not been given any pi. Now we just use 22/7 times the diameter of this circle is this one here, which is 1400 decameters. So in this case, you realize that we have kilometers and we have decameters here. So what we need to know is, the question was asking to calculate our answer and write it in meters. So what you need to do is, you convert these units into similar unit that you have been told, that is meters. So you need to change kilometers to meters, decameters to meters, which is again a problem to many learners. But here I've written a very short formula. This is kilometers, hectometers, decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. Now in a very short formula, a short song goes this way. Kenya has dug many dams containing magic. Kenya has dug many dams containing magic. So in every part, from one distance to another, we have a difference of 10 units. From this one to this one, you have a distance of 10 units, and so on and so on. So when you're moving from kilometers down to millimeters, we multiply. When you're moving from millimeters up to kilometers, we divide. So get that. So when you're going down, we multiply. When you're going up, we divide. So in this case, we have 0.8 kilometers. We need to change 0.8 kilometers to meters. So what do? I'll go where the kilometers are, and then I write 0.8. I want to change to meters. So meters are here. So I am now going downwards. You can see I'm moving from kilometers to meters downwards. So what I will do, I'll be able to enclose my kilometers and the meters. This is where I'm working. How many tens are there between kilometers and meters? We have 3 tens. That is 10 times 10 times 10, that is 1,000. So in this case, because we are going downwards, we are going to multiply. So I'll take 0.8 times 1,000 because I'm seeing the 3 tens here. So it is 1,000. So I'll take 0.8 times 1,000. So my answer will be in meters. This is decimal point moves, goes with 10. So the answer here becomes 800 meters. So I have already converted this. The answer here is 800 meters. Then I have the diameter, which is 1,400 decameter. So I go where there is decameter, which is here. Then I write 1,400. I am changing decameter still to meters because the answer demands us to find it in meters. So you can see that between decameter and meters, there is only 110. So what does it mean? Because we are going downwards, we are still multiplying. So it is 14 going to meters. So it is going to be 1,400 times 10. So this is 14,000 meters. So 14,000 meters is the distance here. So I think now learners, you're able to calculate, to convert units using this simple formula here. You don't need to cram. So now we have 800 meters and I have 14,000 meters. So this one is my diameter. So the diameter here is 14,000. So I'll start simplifying by 2 1, by 2 11, by 7 1, by 7 2,000. So 2,000 times 11, when you calculate it, you will get 22,000 meters. So now the circumference here, because I was calculating the circumference, the point here is 22,000 meters. So this distance here is similar to this distance here. So this is 22,000 meters. So I now have all the sides. So what I'm left with is calculating the perimeter. The distance round a given figure. 800 plus 22,000 plus 800 plus 22,000. Back to where I started from. So the perimeter here, we start with 800 meters plus, this is 22,000 meters plus here 800 meters plus back to where we started from, 22,000 meters. So it has to be in that sequence. So now we now add. When you have this one here, you get 30,000. Let's add somewhere here. We have 800 plus 22,000. We have 800 22,000. We have 22,000. Then let's add 800. This is 0, 0, 8, 2, 2. Then we have 800 here. We add it again. This is 0, 0, 16, 3, 2. Then we have 22,000, sorry, 22,000. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 6, this is 5, this is 4. So now our answer will be 45,600 meters. Go back to the question to confirm whether our answer is correct. Mr. Maina ran round the field drone twice. Remember what I've added, this is just Maina going round once. So if he was to go twice, you'll add round one more time. Or else, you can multiply this distance by 2. because he ran the field twice. So what am I going to do? We are going to multiply this by 2 because he ran around the field twice. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 12, this is 10, 11, this is 8, 9. So the distance Maina covered is 91,200 meters. So it is simple because if you only know that this perimeter is the distance around a given figure, you'll be able to get what I'm trying to pass across. So I'm going to work out the next question so that you get conversant with what I'm trying to put across. Now, learners, let's go to our second question. And the question still talks about the perimeter. Now, the question states, calculate the perimeter of the shapes drawn. Now, in simple terms, I'll still repeat again that perimeter is the distance around any given figure. So you don't have to panic when you see any figure drawn. So you have to go around it without passing through the shortcuts. So let's look at the first figure. We have two figures here. We have figure A and we have figure B. So let me assume now this is my field and I want to run around this field. Let me choose my point. I want maybe to run from this point here. So how will I go? It will force me to go around like that, down, round, downwards, like that, upwards, like that, round up to where I started from. So the distance I am covering are the one I am interested with. Let's go to the second figure here. If this is my field here, let me begin running from this point. I will go around. You remember, I have to come back to the same point where I started from. So you'll go around like that, because if I was to go through here, remember, when you passed across again here, it will be, we have to show a round movement. So therefore, look at my movement. I'm going around like that, like that, like that, like that, downwards, up to where I started from. So the distance I'm covering are the one I'm going to add. So don't panic when you see this. So let me put my explanation into practical. So the first question, let me confirm the distances. From this point to this point, I have it is 40 meters. So now I'm okay. Then there is this point here, and then there is this point here. So these ones, the measurements I forgot to write. The measurements are supposed to be 10 meters, and this is 9 meters. So I forgot that one. So the distance from this point to this point is 10 meters. When I move round any circular part, it is my circumference. So I have to calculate my circumference here. So what I'm going to do, circumference equals to a half pi d, because my circle is a half. So circumference equals to a half times pi, 22/7, because you've been told to use pi as 22/7, times the diameter of this circle is 21. You can see it there. So it is 21. So by 2,1, by 2,11, by 7,1, by 7,3. So 11 times 3, you'll get 33 meters. So what does this mean? The distance from this point to this point, you write it 33 meters. Then downwards here, again, I forgot to write it. So the distance from this point to this point is 19 meters. The distance from this point and the distance from this point, remember, this point here, because this marks which I forgot to write, means that this side here and this side here should be the same. And you can see the distance from here to here is 40 meters, which is similar as the distance from this point to this point, which is 40 meters. So if I take 40 minus 14, the answer I get, I divide by 2 to get this side here, which I need to get them. So what is 40 minus 14? You'll get is 26. Now 26 divided by 2, you'll get 13 meters. 13 meters. So I have now the distance from here to here, which is 13 meters. Okay? Now I have to move round this circular part again. Remember, when you move any circular part, that is the circumference. So circumference equals to half pi d. So this is going to be a half times pi is 22/7 times the diameter of this circle is 14. So this is 14 by 7(1) by 7(2) by 2(1) by 2(11). So 11 times 2, you'll get 22 meters. So what does this mean? The distance from here to here is 22 meters. So we are still moving on. Then from here to here, I have 15 meters. Then I am moving again around a circular part. What does that show? It is the circumference. So the circumference is going to be, circumference is equals to half pi d. Circumference equals to half times pi is 22/7 times the diameter of this circle is 7. So by 7(1) by 7(11), by 2(1) by 2(11), sorry. Then by 7(1) by 7(1). So you get 11 meters. So what does this mean? From here to this point is 11 meters. Then from here up to where I started from is 9 meters. So why have I been moving around? To make sure that I have the measurement of every part. So when I have the measurement, what I'm left with is calculating the perimeter, which is the distance around a given figure, adding all the measurement. So let's start. 40 plus 10 plus 33 plus 19, like that. So I'm going to group them here. 40 plus 10 plus 33 plus 19 plus 13 plus 22 plus 13. So let me add first that one. That is 3, 12, 15, 15, 17. This is 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 13. So I have 137. We stopped at 22. So I'm moving on. 13 plus 13 plus 15 plus 11 plus 9. So I am back to where I started from. So 7 plus 3 is 10, is 15, 16 plus 9, that is 25. Carry forward 2. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 1. So now my answer becomes, the perimeter of this figure will be 185 meters. So I believe the only work, or the only task that we'll be having, it is calculating if making sure that you have the measurement of every part or every point that this person is covering while going around this particular field. So let me enclose that working like that so that this one may not get confused with the other one. So in this case, we have the next question here. The distance around a given figure. I told you earlier that this is how you move round. So when you move round any circular part, that is the circumference. Don't forget that, which is a half pi d, which is a half times the pi is 22/7 times the diameter of this circle is 42. So by 7(1) by 7(6) by 2(1) by 2(11). So 11 times 6 will get 66 meters. So what is this 66? It is the circumference. So I write 66 meters. This one is the distance of this circumference here. Then I confirm. Here I have it. I am still going around another circular part. So it is the circumference, which is a half pi d. So this is a half times pi, 22/7, times the diameter of this circle is 14. So 14 by 2(1) by 2(11) by 7(1) by 7(2). 11 times 2, you'll get 22 meters. So 22 meters is the circumference of this particular semicircle. That is 22 meters. I have 14. Then there's another one here, which I don't have, which is still the circumference. So circumference equals to a half pi d, which is a half times 22/7 times the diameter of this circle is 21. by 2 1, by 2 11, by 7 1, by 7 3. So 11 times 3 you get 33 meters. So what is this 33 meters? It is the circumference, 33 meters. So I have 42. So I now confirm that I have every part which I'm covering, every distance which I'm covering has got its measurement indicated on the figure. So what do I do now? I begin my task of calculating the perimeter of the shape. So perimeter of shapes is equals to distance around any given figure. So let's start moving. This is 66 plus 21. 66 plus 21 plus 22 plus 22 plus 14 plus 14 plus 33 plus 33 plus 42 plus 42. So this is 66, 21, 22, 14, 33, 42. Back to where I started from. So now I'm going to write my answer here. 66 plus 21, 66 plus 21, this is 7, 8. Then we have plus 30 plus 22. This is 9, this is 10. Then we have plus 14, that is 33 plus 14 is 47, so let me add plus 47. This is 16, this is 5, this is 1. Then plus 42, so 156 plus 42. So this is 8, 9, 1. So my perimeter is 198 meters. So this is my answer. This is my answer. So don't panic. Regardless of the figure that you come across, don't panic. Just go around the figure. Anytime you pass around a circular part, that is the circumference. Anytime you go around any circular part, be it a semicircle, that is a half pi d, be it a quarter circle, that is a quarter pi d, be it a three-quarter circle, that is three-quarter pi d. So this is how simple it is. So don't panic that. So with that, with the few examples which I've shown you, I believe now you are good to go in calculating the perimeter of different shapes. So in case of any problem that you come across, there's a number that will always appear on the screen. Please just use the number, contact us, and we shall give you, we shall meet your demands. And above all, let me also ask you to go on our YouTube account, that is search in Peter Namasaka on YouTube account. Then you will see all the videos that we've been uploading there. Like them. So otherwise, let me wish you all the best.